I'll be honest. Going into this season, I did not think that I was going to be comparing Joe Flacco to Jake Browning ever as Cincinnati Bengals starters, but here we are, and here's what we're doing. So, Joe Flacco and Jake Browning has now thrown for pretty much the same number of passing yards, completions, attempts, and touchdowns. 7 touchdowns to 6 touchdowns, 784 passing yards, 757 passing yards, 81 completions to 80 completions, 126 completions to 124 completions. The big difference between the two quarterbacks is going to be the amount of times that each quarterback, or how many games each quarterback played. Jake Browning played Jacksonville, Minnesota, Denver, and Detroit, while Joe Flacco has only played 3 games with the Cincinnati Bengals. So he pretty much has put up the same amount of stats in 3 games that Jake Browning put up in 4 games. Joe has played Green Bay, Pittsburgh, and the Jets game. Now the elephant in the room. This is why Jake Browning sucks. Interceptions. 8 interceptions to 0 interceptions. So not only does Joe Flacco put up better stats in less games than Jake Browning, unless he puts up 8 interceptions or throws 8 interceptions on Sunday, it is 0 comparison, right? And I mean, listen, we already knew that going into this. It's just fun to see how physically close they are when it comes to numbers. Like, this is kind of insane how close they are back and forth here for numbers for completions, passing yards, touchdowns, and not interceptions, obviously. But for interceptions, that's the big difference in the end. And, you know, this weekend we might have to deal with Jake Browning at quarterback. And it's given me a headache already to think it's like we got away from this travesty of having Jake Browning as our quarterback. I never want to go back. And then this weekend, we're somehow going back. Tomorrow is Halloween. But Sunday might be Halloween for us, having to watch Jake Browning yet again. The fact that, I talked about this last night, the fact that they still have not gotten another quarterback to come in and be that guy for us. You know, if Joe Flacco can't go, this game is going to dictate pretty much end the season if we are not able to win the game. If we can't win this game, season's pretty much over. And the fact that they did not go and get somebody else, or at least have Mike White on the roster to maybe get him some reps or do something if Joe Flacco can't play. Because Joe Flacco right now is 50-50 shot. The Bengals' option is we're going with Jake Browning again, and we're going to hope it works out this time. And maybe it will versus the Bears, right? Maybe it will versus the Bears. But this is just frustrating. I honestly, like, with how bad Jake Browning played, it shows how dysfunctional this organization is that he was not released after we got Joe Flacco. We should have got Joe Flacco and cut Jake Browning. We should have said, okay, Sean Clifford or Mike White, you'll be the backup for Joe Flacco. Jake, sorry, but you're going. Like, you're just not good. Somehow, some way, he's still in this roster, and he's still fighting tooth and nail to be a starter on our team. And this weekend might be the weekend we have to see it. So, yeah. Somebody else also commented on this and said the difference is Joe Flacco's numbers are coming in games where the Bengals aren't losing, usually, meaning non-garbage time, versus Jake Browning, where he's throwing this in garbage time. Which, yeah, they're not wrong. Packers game, obviously that was Joe Flacco, but the game before that, Lions game, a lot of these numbers definitely came in the fourth quarter As you watched that game along with me, yeah, it was pretty bad across the board. So, I don't know. This is going to be such a painful weekend. Hopefully Joe Flacco plays. I just want Joe Flacco to play at this point, please. But, yeah, so if we look at the numbers, 3 interceptions versus Detroit, 2 interceptions versus Minnesota, 3 interceptions versus Jacksonville. Most of his numbers came in that Jacksonville game and that Detroit game. Obviously, Jacksonville game, not really garbage time, if you want to say, because that was a back-and-forth game. But Detroit's game, definitely. All of that, 3 touchdowns, 251 yards. I feel like, and I might be completely incorrect on this, but I'm throwing a number out here. I feel like he might have been like at like 110 yards going into the fourth quarter, I want to say. And then it's just all balloons after that. Which, again, a lot of it was garbage time. We lost by 13 points, so. Just, yeah. So, that's, yeah. That's another thing this offseason. We need to cut Jake. I don't even want to watch him in the preseason anymore. Like, even though, like, I know preseason doesn't matter, whatever. Like, oh, who cares? It's preseason. I don't even want to watch him in the preseason anymore. I'm so tired of watching Jake Browning. Like, I don't care if it's preseason, regular season, postseason. I don't want to watch Jake. He's so atrociously bad, and his decision-making is freaking awful. Joe Flacco took the same exact team Jake Browning had and showed us why, yes, we could actually win. Well, with the offense. With the offense, obviously, not the defense, because defense sucks no matter what. But with offensively, we can win with this offense if we have a competent quarterback. Not Jake Browning. Anyway. Tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.